Sales-wise, our table really flopped this year. If you've made it to Lightbox Expo this year or not, this video is about something unexpected we learned at this year's event that is relevant to all artists that are trying to make a living in the animation industry, I think. So let's talk about the reality of tabling, about having high expectations as an artist in a wobbly industry, and most importantly, how this year's experience far exceeded our expectations even though we didn't make a fortune, and why I walked away from this event feeling far more optimistic and excited about our future in this industry than I have ever felt before. So I don't really know what happened. I can only guess the reasons why we made only about half of the amount of money that we made last year. Last year at Lightbox, I walked away with about 2K plus. This year, subtracting everything, flight and Airbnb and car rental stuff and all these things, I actually lost money. We were set up at almost exactly the same spot this year that we tabled last year. I think we learned a lot last year that we managed to apply when tabling. Also, apparently this was the busiest Lightbox has ever been, and I know of many other of my friends that almost sold it completely this year. So even though the economy is especially unstable this year, of course, and the industry is still a little bit unsteady, and we did hear that many people coming to our table said that they wish they had just more money to spare on art these days and things that they love in general. It's hard for me to completely just blame outside circumstances. I'm sure there's some mistakes that we made as well that led to this outcome, and it's likely that we just got a little bit less lucky this year. I mean, I guess that happens, and that's okay. I mean, obviously I'm a little disappointed. I would be lying if I'd say it wasn't so. And in the moments of that weekend where things went a little bit slower and stuff, it's easy for that inner critic to jump in, of course. And I'll be honest, a big part of me was really tempted to just not ever acknowledge online that this flop ever happened. But I decided against it because I think it's a good reminder to me and maybe other artists out there that growth is just not linear ever. The way capitalism shapes my thinking subconsciously has me kind of expecting that I'll either sell the same amount that I did last year, and if not even more, but that is never guaranteed. There's so many things that are out of my control, and art markets and my career and just life in general. And if I fight against these natural ups and downs in life and hide the flops and only celebrate and highlight the wins and just expect constant growth in my life, I just set myself up for resistance and disappointment and feeling ashamed of where I am. So once I took a couple days and managed to let go of that resistance as best I could finally find space to zoom out again and really appreciate the people that did end up buying my prints and my art this year. Be it a tiny $30 sticker or that friendly man that bought like all 7 of my life drawing prints. If you're someone that bought something this year, hello and thank you so much. It really means a lot. Which that leads me to the part of the video where I talk about why tabling this year was still worth it, even though it's so much work and even though you sometimes don't make any money. There's something incredibly fulfilling knowing that all across the world now there are people scattered who bought my prints and put them up on their wall, maybe, even though everyone is kind of in dire financial times these days. And it's so tempting nowadays to just put a number on everything, be it how many sales I made or how many new followers I gained or likes I got. It's just such an easy way to put a measurable worth to something, and I think our very human brains like that simplicity. But being at an event like Lightbox, you have the privilege of being confronted face to face with the fact that these numbers aren't numbers, they're actual people, real humans with feelings and opinions and a story of their own and a reason why they chose a certain print over another print. And a lot of them stopped and had the loveliest conversations with me and my sister this year, telling us about their own experience as an artist these days, why they felt drawn to a specific piece, maybe what it reminded them of in their own life, or that they watched my YouTube video regularly, which is such an honor and feels so good. And to me, those connections and those conversations truly are more valuable than the money I could have made at this event and how many prints I could have sold that day. And this doesn't have to be the case for every tabler at Lightbox, of course. I know for many people, tabling at events like this is a job. And in these unsure times, this might be their only source of reliable income. So I understand that for those people, having a Lightbox like I did would be absolutely crushing. But for me and Maya, we ended up sometimes talking to people for 20 plus minutes, and people behind them I would see in my periphery would stop and linger and wait if they could maybe buy a print, and eventually give up waiting and just moved on. And if my number one objective would have been to make as many sales as I can that weekend, I would have probably tried to find a gentle way to politely end the conversation and usher people along. And again, if you as a tabler do that, that is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me this year, I thoroughly enjoyed these deeper and meaningful conversations. I didn't want to cut them short or speed them up. Talking to artsy strangers and friends all day really reminded me of why I love this industry so much. Made me feel connected to this industry and our community, and gave me the feeling that I'm not alone out here fighting this battle, which if you're at your desk all day just creating one art piece after another, I'm sure you felt that it can sometimes feel that way. And cutting these conversations short and keeping them shallow felt wrong, at least in this season of my life at this event. And something else happened this year that I actually did not see coming at all. And this will be good news to other people out there that are in the trenches with me, trying to find a footing in this industry, trying to make a living with their art in animation. It was noticeable that this year there were actual people walking around the artist alley, recruiting and looking for folks that might be a good fit to work on their projects. Last year when I tabled, I felt like the industry was still in such a terrible state that, at least for us, not one person stopped and asked us to work for them. All we talked about were other artists that were unemployed and struggling. And I feel like if one recruiter would have announced that they are in fact looking, they would have been stampeded to death, because there were literally so many talented people out there that are desperate for a job. But this year, it seemed like the more established artists in our industry seemed to be working again, first of all, and smaller and medium-sized animation and game studios are actually hiring again. And how amazing is that? Maya and I both have quite a few leads now. I'm working on 2 gigs at the moment. We're having another meeting for another project this upcoming Monday, and have many contacts of new studios and recruiters. And while it's still too early to say, the worst is behind us, it does kind of feel like maybe the worst is behind us. Maybe. And of course, I mean, what do I know? I'm just one person with one table at Lightbox, struggling to make a living from the thing that I love. So maybe don't take it from me, take it from this very established person we got to talk to that stopped by our table this year. I don't mean to be showing off or name dropping or anything, but I think it's relevant for the story just because this lovely person has so many years of experience in the animation industry already. So I do kind of believe his take on things. The person was Kirk Wise, the director of Beauty and the Beast and Hunchback of Notre Dame, and many other amazing Disney movies, and his friend Steve Moore, and they both thoroughly agreed that this right now is the absolute worst they've ever seen the industry be in since they've started working. Which to me, first of all, that was very validating to hear. I mean, we know, but still the thought creeps in that like, oh, maybe it's just me that is not good enough. But no, truly everyone is struggling, and even the top established Disney artists had trouble finding work these last couple of years. This is truly a very, very hard season to be starting out in, and I think we can all take a moment and really pat ourselves on the back for however we managed to handle this tumultuous time that we're stuck in. They both said that when they graduated from school, the animation industry was in a rough spot as well. Like Steve Moore said that he struggled to pay rent that last month. He only just barely made it. But eventually things started to pick up again, and they both went on to have an amazing, inspiring career in the animation industry, changing the animation industry for the better and putting art out into the world that inspires us all today. And then they both said that they do feel that things are picking up again. now. Kirk was recently asked to direct a new movie, for example, and they both feel that it's just picking up speed again, which is amazing news. And I've been feeling that too. The energy at Lightbox this year was different. The energy of the young aspiring artists, the way the recruiters talked to us and presented themselves. And I understand that if you're like me and you've got your heart broken by the animation industry multiple times, you want to be careful to get your hopes up. I'm wary of that as well. But if there's anything that I would like for you to take away from this video, it is to please not give up on this industry now. I feel like we are so close to be out of this. Rock bottom, I think, is behind us. And if you can just keep going now, there is a real chance that you get to live the life of making art in the way that you dreamed of and shape the world in a way that's healing and inspiring to all of us. Just like my Lightbox sales go up and down, so does this industry. And I'm so proud of myself and all of you guys for rolling with the punches, and you guys all inspire me every day for doing that. Speaking of inspiring artists, I would love to end this video on an inspiring note. Show you guys the absolutely magical prints I got at Lightbox this year and what they mean to me personally. And maybe let me know in the comments below which one speaks to you the most and why. I always love hearing that stuff. We're starting off with a cute moody piece by my friend Ledden. This was a gift from her, so if you're watching, thank you, Ledden. It really means a lot. Ledden is one of those artists that just loves learning and expanding her artistic horizon at all times. Always pushes out of her comfort zone and taking classes. She really inspires me to grow and dare new things, and she gets me excited to try new styles and color palettes and even blender. And she's also just like a sunshine of a person and so comforting to be around. She was like my safe space in LA. And this print, I think, emits the same calmness as she does. So I'm glad I have something now that reminds me of both her diligence and her calming spirit. Then I got 2 prints of my lovely friend Wanchi. I just love how this girl finds beauty in the little mundane everyday moments of life. I obviously always admired the way she paints. She is a goddess of color and mood, and her shapes are so friendly and bouncy, just like she is in real life. But like I said, what I love the most about these prints is that they remind me to romanticize the everyday moments of life that would normally just pass me by, like waiting for the bus at the bus stop or getting myself a little treat at the bakery. In a world that's so loud and so sensational, I want to make more art like this, and I want to live my life like this. Next prints are by Misei Seki. God, I was so excited to finally meet her. I've been an admirer of her work from afar for so long, and to now have 2 prints of her to take home with me makes me so happy. Especially the lines on this drawing of a tree are so satisfying to look at. You know how you can sometimes just tell that an artist was fully present with every single line they drew in that piece? Misei just doesn't rush, I think. She's so intentional with everything that she does, and her kind and sweet and wholesome personality also just shines through in the little character that she does. So this is definitely one I'm gonna have close to my desk as a reminder to enjoy the process and be my true authentic self when creating. I think it's so simple and so easy to forget that. These drawings are active reminders of that. Then I got one from my buddy Michael Wells. I sprinted to his stand in the last 15 minutes of Lightbox, so he was almost sold out, obviously, but I'm still so excited about the one that I did manage to get. This glowy, sunlit feeling is one I inspired to recreate in gouache someday, and hopefully I can just absorb from some of his wisdom through staring at this piece every day. And lastly, a new artist I got to meet at Lightbox this year, Stella Chenye. I hope I'm not mispronouncing her name, but I probably am mispronouncing her name, but this is how you write it. She is such a boss at making art that looks so elegant and pleasing as prints. I'm not sure if that was actually the intention behind it, but they work so well as prints. And I think I can see that she pours so much love and care into her pieces. And this will also be a reminder to me to slow down and make quality personal art, not just quantity work art. Alright, that's all I got. If you watched until here, then thank you. for being here and listening to my little post-Lightbox musings. It feels really good to me to organize my thoughts in this way, write them all out, and then pour them out into the internet for you guys. So thank you for watching these videos and being this lovely supportive community that you are. And obviously if you came to Lightbox this year and said hi, it was lovely to meet you. Thank you for talking to me and my sister. You gave me and Maya such a feeling of purpose and worthiness and being held, and that is invaluable to us. Alright, hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Keep making the beautiful art that you do. I'm gonna enjoy my last couple days in Salt Lake City with my sister. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.